Hello, folks, and welcome to the Retro Cartoon Rewatch with your boy Damien G and guest host Hokage22. It's been a while. I was in Vegas, as Hokage knows. It's taken me a week to recover, essentially, from Vegas for WrestleMania weekend. So that's why you haven't seen me on here that often, because I was tired and I'm an insomniac. So, yeah. So we're gonna go back on this Dragon Ball Z Abridged train because Funimation and Toei Animation, Shueisha, all those people involved with Akira Toriyama and Team Four Star hasn't sued me yet. So we're gonna keep going.
The train keeps going. Let's go.
Train keeps going. So episode 26, we left off with Mr. Piccolo aura farming and saving Gohan and Krillin and Vegeta from certain doom from was it first form, second form Frieza. So all of a sudden it's Mr. Piccolo coming in from the theme of Magus from Chrono Trigger while he aura farms with his arms crossed as normal. So anything to say before we get into this?
Just the fact that this is probably the best scene for Piccolo, and I think as of here, or maybe later in the Cell Saga, is where Piccolo becomes my favorite character because he, like you said, he aura farms a lot, but at the same time, whenever it comes to certain situations outside of like later in the series, he still puts up a good fight. Yeah. This is one of those good fights.
Of course. What's the rumor about him is that... Go ahead, sorry.
But one of the things that I wanted to mention, so what in episode 25, whenever he shows up, Magus from Chrono Trigger is the theme that plays whenever he shows up. In the commentaries, I'm glad they didn't go with this, but they were just thinking of either going with that theme or number 1 from Bleach, which admittedly is an okay like anthem, but at the same time, it doesn't hit as hard as Magus.
Exactly. Oh, here we go. Not even 3 minutes in, bro.
Go.
You know what? Tom, you know what I was gonna say is it is at the end of it all. It is fair to call him a show contributor, right? Fair to call Wade that. Wade Ilson, show contributor, broski of all broskis, likes to pop in here with his dad jokes, which are usually cartoon related. He dips in, drops his 2 to 3 jokes, and dips right out. Like it is one of those things that we can count for it to happen within the first 5 minutes of a stream, and we weren't even 3 minutes in where Wade Ilson makes an appearance. Hello, brothers. Hello, my friend. It is good to hear from you. Good to see you. I wish you were in Vegas. You would have probably saved me from a lot of stress. Let me just put it that way. And I'll tell you off air if you want to know. Yeah, I'll tell you offline if you want to know, Wade, but you would have saved a couple of people's lives. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this one is different. Oh, this joke is different. Okay, let's see what this joke is. All right, this joke is supposedly different.
Bit of a switch up.
I know, because usually the last couple of ones have been Dragon Ball related. And are you serious? I'm sending this one to your mobile phone.
Oh, he's personalizing it.
Oh, it's one of those. Oh, I can only imagine what kind of joke is coming after this.
I can't imagine it would be an inside joke because he's got to make it public.
let me take. Yep, exactly. Yep. So I'm gonna take my phone off of Do Not Disturb because y'all know I leave that shit on Do Not Disturb 24/7, 365. All right, but it's off Do Not Disturb, Wade. So feel free to send it when you're ready to send it. But till then, let me just start the episode and we'll stop when Wade's joke makes its way toward my cell phone.
Animation, Toei Animation, Fuji TV, and Akira Toriyama. Please support the official release.
To think your race had the ability to produce such capable fighters! I'm surprised I hadn't destroyed you sooner!
And to think your race has the ability to produce such whiny bitches! I'm surprised anyone can take you seriously! Way to dap.
So they've talked about this, where the humor they gave Piccolo, because he doesn't understand a lot of Earth customs, they gave him cornball, almost dad jokey and humor, where it's
Yeah.
like, stop.
Yeah.
Oh, he sent us 2 jokes, by the way.
Oh boy.
All right, let's see here.
Oh, I can't wait. Do you want to share with
He
the
has-
class?
He has visual cues here on some of these jokes. There are visual cues on these jokes.
Oh no.
I don't understand the top one, Wade, but I will read the Batman one.
Hell yeah.
How does Batman shampoo exist but not Conditioner Gordon?
No. Just no.
And the reason why is because he sent me a photo of the Batman shampoo bottle. And that's the joke. That's the joke.
No. No.
I don't get the first one, Wade. I see a drum set and I see Bruce Lee. Well, I don't get that one. Drum something Lee, I guess. And it looks
I
like a
don't-
hallway. Yeah, the picture I'm looking at, it looks like a hexagonal hallway. I don't understand that one.
Hmm.
Drum. Okay, I don't understand, but he's saying read it fully. Drum hallway Bruce Lee. I don't understand what the middle one is, dude. That's why. There's a drum set. There's a picture of Bruce Lee on the bookends, and there looks to be like a hexagonal hallway in the middle photo. So
Yeah, I
what
don't get that
starts
one
with
either.
drum and ends with Lee?
Diagonally.
Opposite of basement. So it's an attic. Okay.
I still don't get it.
I got it the minute I said attic.
Yeah, I'm lost. I don't
Drum
get it.
attic Lee. My dad jokes have improved. Drum attic Lee.
No.
I hate you so much, Wade. I hate you so much.
That was a slow burn. It took us too damn long.
You know what? I'll be right back, Hokage. Carry the show for the next 30 seconds because
All right.
you said something I gotta do. Hold on.
All right. So to quickly kind of go back to Team 4-Star real quick. What the creators, it's been a minute. What the creators said that what they did for Piccolo's dialogue whenever it comes to extreme fighting is that he does kind of like do the jokey dad jokes kind of stuff whenever it comes to tryharding. But that's because he doesn't know Earth customs. Lanny, the voice actor who plays Vegeta, Piccolo, and Krillin, the way that he describes it is that Vegeta kind of does some of the similar things, but because of the character of Vegeta, it comes off as tryhardy, but because he has that false confidence, it works for him. For Piccolo, he tries to do the same thing, but he knows he's not exactly like that extremely, or he's confident to a fault. But at the same time, it doesn't work. It doesn't hit as hard as Vegeta's one-liners because of who Piccolo the character is. He's not aloof. He's just not exactly accustomed to everything. But he still tries his best to like sound intimidating and tough with those weird, goofy one-liners.
So yeah, before I get more angry at Wade, let me just start this thing up again. God.
A minute, something's wrong here.
Huh?
Back on your planet, the Namek couldn't even stand up to Nappa. Yet here he is now, taking on Frieza in his second form.
What do you think happened?
Well, either Frieza hit me so hard I'm in a delusional coma, or power levels are bullshit.
That seems to be a reoccurring theme.
It is the most
Power levels
reoccurring
are
thing
bullshit.
ever. Not only that, but it's one of the most infuriating things whenever it comes to just nerd discussions in general, because a lot of nerd discussions whenever it comes to Dragon Ball or any anime fights whatsoever, they compare power levels or power scaling in every single fight, and it's the dumbest thing in the world.
We get to a part in the series where
very
apparently Frieza's power level is at 1 million, and we're like, wait, what? So Wade when I was throwing a fit, Wade tells me he loves me. Thanks, love you too, bro. And that I love him even though his jokes are bad. We've been friends so long. I just forget about your jokes for a second. Yeah. And Wade goes, but I agree, power levels are bullshit.
Because they are.
So they brought up an interesting point about that shot right here. This shot. Interesting point brought up by the people who actually run Team 4-Star. We never have a scene of Goku facing first form Frieza in his chair. Did I lose Hokage? Oh, I lost Hokage. He froze. Well, he's out. Let's do a quick reset, everybody. This is the Retro Cartoon Rewatch, where I take cartoons from the 70s to the 2000s. I watch them back in real time, and I let you know whether or not they suck. And this is probably Hokage right now texting me. Yep, he lost connection. He will be right back, y'all. But the creators of Dragon Ball Z Abridged have made mention that nowhere in the canon of Dragon Ball Z does this scene actually take place. Because you don't get first form chair Frieza against base level Goku. So I thought that was interesting.
Wow, you're really kicking his ass.
Oh, you're still here.
Yeah, I've just been watching you knock this guy around. Kind of bored, wishing I had something to do. You got any ideas?
Now is not the time.
This comes back and it bites them in the ass at some point.
Piccolo's actually standing up to him, Krillin.
I don't believe it. We may actually win. Yeah, that's just great. If you'll excuse me, though, I've gotta
go pee.
Bye.
Oh, for the love of I'm out.
Huh?
Would you hold on for a moment, please? I'll be right back.
All right, I just gotta find one of the Ginyu ships and get the hell out of here. I'll just go to Frieza Planet 419. No one ever goes to Frieza Planet 419.
See, I feel like I gotta wait for Hokage to come back. There we go. And there he is.
Sorry about that, everybody. I have no idea what just happened.
I thought I was like cutting a soliloquy and you were just listening, and then I noticed you were just frozen like that. So, but what I was showing everybody is when Vegeta goes to Frieza Planet 419. Talking about no one ever goes to Frieza Planet 419. And then the scene that's about to happen, I finally put on the closed captioning and I know what they're saying. Finally, after like a decade. So let me hit play.
Not since its species miraculously repopulated.
I can see the
the future. Vegeta have a kid. Boo as a child. Reaches perfect form. Trying to trunks become a guy. God is the strongest in the universe, but still doesn't do crap.
I love that
So
bit.
it wasn't until yesterday or 2 days ago where I understood most of that by putting on the closed captioning. So if you don't know, on Frieza Planet 419, what they say is specifically a couple of things. Hold on.
9. Not since its species miraculously repopulated. I can see the future.
I can see the future because apparently the Kanessians can see the future. So I can see the future.
Vegeta have a kid.
Bulma and Vegeta have a kid. But you don't know this at this point in season 2.
The real Boo as a child.
The real Boo is a child. When we get to the Boo bits.
Yeah.
Cell reaches his perfect form.
Trying to trunks become a guy.
Goten and Trunks become a guy. Gohan is the strongest in the universe, but still doesn't do crap. So thank you, closed captioning, for giving me clarity after all this time.
God is the strongest in the universe, but still doesn't do crap.
So, Vegeta, where are you going?
Oh,
Frieza Planet 419 that I said before.
you know, places.
Places, like that mountain over there.
Actually, that looks more like a plateau.
That looks more like a plateau.
I mean, it is.
He got plateaued.
Hey.
He's not wrong. Ba-dum-bum.
Sorry about that. Where were we?
Last time I checked, I was planting my foot firmly somewhere between your lungs and colon.
An admirable feat for a lowlife such as yourself. I have a question for you, though.
What's that?
Die.
That's not a
Really a
question.
That's because I don't do requests.
Well, that didn't last a f***ing.
Real quick, it took me a while to understand that specific line, but after thinking about it, it's like, oh,
I don't do
now I get it.
requests.
Yeah, I don't do requests because he's asking him, hey, do you do this? Or that's not a question. Yeah, because he doesn't do requests. He does his own thing.
Exactly. But my backwards thinking was, why would he say, I have a question for you? You know what? Never mind. You're right.
Yeah.
Just some jokes should not be explained, and this is one of those times.
Long.
Oh, come on now. That was just a love tap.
Don't think you have the upper.
Says the guy that literally is knocked into the wall talking about, well, that didn't last fucking long. I'm sorry. Did you? Did you?
Hand yet. I'm still wearing weighted armor. Oh man, that sounded good. Now I have to do my neck. Ow, my neck!
Weighted
Ouch.
armor. How?
Real quick. So,
This joke is funny because they're referencing the weighted armor. Go ahead.
yes, but have you seen those trends or just like those videos just on Instagram and TikTok where some people are like acting out a fight of like, oh, this dumbass, he doesn't know how to fight, but they do one like certain move of like they put their hands up or they do the Hayden or what's his name? Henry Cavill Mission Impossible like arm like loading thing. Yeah, that shit. And then they're just like, oh shit, we're fucked. Another good one for me, it only happens in the games, is whenever you pick Piccolo in Sparking Zero or any other game, he does his whole neck pop and like pops his wrists. I think that's a really good one. It's like, oh shit, he's ready to fucking throw down.
That is what we know, what we usually call the Piccolo. But yeah, I understand. Like, when was it? I was on the plane back from Vegas watching Deadpool and Wolverine, and when they did the whole Calvary thing, and he does this to pop the adamantium claws that pop out. I'm thinking, yeah, that sounds like forever. That will be Henry Cavill's thing, just wrist pop to get people ready.
Oh, quaint. And how much does it weigh?
Same as it always does. 100 kilo.
This goes all the way back to Dragon Ball
Yes.
because Goku was wearing like 300 pounds worth of armor. And I believe I believe Piccolo doesn't start doing it until Dragon Ball Z. But the weighted training clothes, sorry, Naruto fans, Rock Lee did not start that. Okay.
Mm-mm.
I don't even think Piccolo and Goku started it. I think it goes way before that. But all you Naruto folks who think just because, Rock Lee drops the weights, which is badass in and of itself, has not been around since Dragon Ball. Sorry.
Yeah.
You didn't
And
invent it.
even though I love Dragon Ball and I am a Naruto fan, ride or die, I honestly feel like Dragon Ball did it way better because we see the immediate improvements. Sure, Naruto does the same, but narratively, whenever Lee drops it, like that's badass. But whenever we see it happen in Dragon Ball and we actually see the growth, it's more effective there.
Right.
Oh,
That's just cute.
that concept just sort of lost meaning after a while, didn't
See, exactly. That's what I just said. Because back in Dragon Ball, that was a big deal. But by the time we get to this juncture of Z, having it be 300 pounds really doesn't do much if you're not on Earth's gravity.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, well, we talked about this, right? Early in season 1 or 2, about wait a minute, what's the gravity on Namek? How are Krillin and Gohan able to breathe on Namek?
I think we
whatever
briefly
reason-
talked about it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, it has the same geometric outlook as Earth.
I feel like it would have been a little bit nicer to have like a bit of a small difference on Namek because whenever Goku is coming to Namek, to like train and fight everybody, he's using the ship's like massive gravity machine
100 times.
to train in 100 times gravity and get stronger. It would have been kind of nice to have like maybe the gravity on Namek is 5 times heavier than it is on planet Earth. That way we see our main character struggle a little bit, but not enough to where it's like, oh, we're fucked. Because
Correct.
the closest that we had to that is King Kai's planet, which is 10 times hard or 10 times heavier.
Gravity, right.
So
So then
it
if that's the case, yeah, I would have done it maybe 15 times Earth's gravity just to. The way I would have done it, and maybe you disagree, is they get off the plane or the shuttle, they struggle with the gravity, right? Sort of like Dragon Ball Daima, for those who haven't seen it. There's a point there early that where Dragon Ball Daima, they need to get used to the gravity of Earth to control their bodies. So my thing is, in this situation, obviously it's too late now, can't go back to the 80s. But the main hero struggled with the gravity just like at first Goku did on King Kai's planet, right? So they can't really fight, which explains them hiding from everybody, right? When Krillin was doing the whole quack, space duck thing. It wouldn't have been until they met Guru, and you could have done it earlier in the story to unlock that part of their inner potential so they could actually fight on Namekian gravity.
And I absolutely agree with that. But one other point, it would also make Bulma's spacesuit make sense because she's not a trained human. She's not used to that type of shit. If she had a specific spacesuit that could help her accommodate to different environments, whether it be like no air, no oxygen, or different gravity to either like keep her grounded, that would have made sense. And even though she's not very useful in the series as of now, it would have like added a little bit more something to her character. Be like, why is she in space wearing a spacesuit and just wearing normal clothes instead? See,
Goes
I
back
agree with
to
that.
what I'm saying. No, I'm with you. And it goes back to saying, like, what I know why she was invited to Namek canonically,
Yeah.
but useless. Useless.
Yeah.
Bulma the character doesn't get useful until the Android saga because of the kid she's about to pump out. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Think about that. Bulma's main contribution to Dragon Ball, beside the Dragon Radar, is to be a breeding ground for Vegeta's kid.
And make a time machine.
So that's an even better question. Does the making of the time machine make up for her lack of involvement the rest of the series after Trunks is born?
I would say so, because she not only does she give birth to one of the coolest motherfuckers in the entire series, aside from Piccolo, she made a machine to where he can pop in and out from space and time and help save our main heroes from androids that are going to kill them, and also prevent Goku from dying from a heart disease.
Correct. Spoilers when we get there, folks. In case you haven't seen a 30, 40-year-old anime, spoilers.
So I would say her making the time machine and having Trunks makes up for it.
Okay. All right. I'll give you the time machine, but being a baby mama, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to give her the win on that one. Time machine, yes, but also without Trunks, there's no. Yeah.
And that true, but I have one that's nice, fresh, and ripe for abuse. Transformation. And spoiler warning, it's not getting old anytime soon.
You can't be serious.
Oh, but I am. See, I
Hey,
married
man, can I talk to you?
And this is the part that I said it's going to get annoying.
About something really quick?
I'm seriously in the middle of something.
Oh wait, let me. I haven't seen whether or not they play the closed captioning of this one, so I don't understand when Nail's saying under his breath while Vegeta's talking in the background, or vice versa. So.
Right now.
Yeah, I know, but I've been looking around and you've got like no apps up here. I have already played the crap out of Minesweeper.
Could you just wait?
Nope, I can't see. I don't know what Frieza's saying. So, do you happen to know what Frieza's saying?
I wish I knew, but my ears are not that good.
I have apps. I have Minesweeper. I just thought I could connect to the internet with my antennae.
I didn't even know we could do that.
We learn something new every day. Now, could you let me focus?
Hey, you want to play me in Minesweeper?
You can't play someone in Minesweeper. That's a single-player game.
See, first I go, then you go and try to beat my tide into hey, is he transforming?
Gee, I wonder why, Nail. And this is brought up. This is talked about. It's like, y'all just stand there and let people transform?
They do that a lot.
They do that a lot. And that's Krillin does reference that. We do that a lot.
And what's funny about that joke is that they make fun of it in Super during the Tournament of Power arc. So, spoilers for Super. During the Tournament of Power arc, there's a universe where, I don't know why Toriyama pitched this, where every single hero is powered by love. And they have a very Sailor Moon-esque transformation that takes fucking forever. But Android 17 is like, nah, I'm not going to give you the chance to transform, and punches them in the middle of the transformation. It's like, and everybody questions, why did you do that? We're in a tournament. I'm not trying to give anybody that edge. I'm trying to win this.
Right. But no, and then other universes jumped in on that to say, no, you must let the maidens transform. It's part of like, you must see the entire thing. I'm like, okay.
And of course, Goku also jumps in. It's like, yeah, but they got to transform because they'll be even stronger. And then I'll get to have fun fighting them. Shut up, Goku.
You know, there's moments if I wonder if, let's say, people that aren't in the Sun family directly, let's say 18 is talking to Krillin, like, are all your friends this stupid? Because Vegeta does it, Goku does it, Piccolo does it, Tien has done it for whatever fucking stupid reason. Everybody in Dragon Ball does that. Lets the villain power up. Vegeta does it. Goku does it. All the main heroes do it. And when we finally have someone that says, yeah, why would I do that? That's fucking stupid. We do that a lot. You really think I'm standing out here, I'm going to let Frieza just transform when I'm whooping his ass? No. I'm killing him the first chance I get.
Charging up special beam, Kamehameha, whatever my strongest attack is, if they're transforming, blast them.
Yep. Use your Kenzan, then slice him in half.
Exactly.
Real simple. Gohan explained it perfectly. Again, just standing around.
So, Namekian, what do you think of my third form?
I think Ridley Scott's gonna sue somebody.
What are you talking about? Let me touch your skin.
Yeah.
So for those who don't get the joke,
Touch my
Frieza's
skin.
third
No
form looks a lot like a xenomorph from the Alien movies.
Yeah. How many times have we watched cartoons and we're thinking, how did you not get sued?
A lot.
For instance, Invincible. How you get away with this and don't get sued? You literally had Batman, Spider-Man in your universe.
An
Making
off-brand
those
Aquaman, a off-brand
Exactly.
Wonder Woman, an off-brand Flash, but you make him Russian.
was it Darkwing is a bootleg Darkwing Duck / Batman. So yeah, just dumb.
Oh no, this is horrible. How could this happen?
He's going to
Because you let him do it.
kill us all.
Help me! Poor little.
Duh. So as I said earlier, Piccolo is the dude, and the internet talks about this. He's the dude that kills the henchman for you, but when he gets to the boss, he's the first person or second person to drop.
Yeah.
So what is it that phrase goes? Because he was a villain. All the villains could be like, oh, in the show as a villain, I was top tier. The minute I joined the good guy side, I sucked. Like every fighting game boss you get to recruit in any of your fighting games, Streets of Rage. It's like, oh yeah, Shiva's whooping my ass. Oh, I get to bring Shiva on? Wait a minute. Exactly.
Yeah, it's whenever you're on the bad guy side, you have no limiters, but as soon as you join the good guy side, you are immediately handicapped. No ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts, because the good guys don't kill. So that's why we have to nerf you.
Mhm.
So fucking stupid.
Namekian can't touch me anymore. How about this? Let's play a game. Ever heard of paintball?
Yeah,
Just remove the T.
I don't get it.
Oh, I got it.
Now,
Piccolo really didn't take away the T. You get paid, and you're supposed to be the wisest person here. Well, to be fair, he hasn't merged with Kami yet, so he's still Demon King Piccolo's offspring at this point.
Just with a boost from
Yeah.
Nail.
Yeah. I don't think he really had a personality boost from Nail. He got more of a power boost canonically.
Yeah.
Canonically.
for your other glue bark.
The fuck's a glue bark?
You're not really familiar with our anatomy, are you?
It doesn't matter. I'll hit your glue box somewhere.
So at first I'd be like, oh, well, because fucking Frieza doesn't understand what the fuck's a spleen. I'm thinking, wait a minute. This is an Namekian. We don't even know what the genetic code and the makeup of a Namekian is. If they have a glue bark or not.
Well,
Glue bark
the
might
only,
be a thing.
the only thing that we know about their anatomy is that they're asexual. That's it.
Yes. They reproduce through eggs that they breed themselves. So.
Oh, not this crap again! Hold on! I have an idea. I don't want to hear any of your stupid crap.
I only promised to try.
I need you to follow me on this one.
almost kill me.
Almost kill you.
Yeah,
And there's no repercussion for this.
I will
I
not
will
punch
not
you.
punch you.
Oddly specific.
Oddly specific. And you know what? I have to admit, watching DBZA and hearing Krillin say oddly specific, I do that in my personal life now. I make note of when people say like, "Oh, what do you think the odds are on this?" About 86.4%. That's
oddly
specific. I find myself throwing that in my regular lexicon. So thank you, Krillin. Thank you so much. So much.
I'm going to need a moment to prepare myself. Otherwise, I might go into shock.
You are so punched! Why is this still happening?
Can you pause it for a second? So, two things. To kind of quickly go back to our discussion about Namek having a different gravity setting or oxygen, whatever.
Yeah.
Another thing that would help with your argument is that whenever Vegeta comes on to Namek, he would have a little bit of he would struggle a little bit because he had the first Zenkai boost from coming back from Earth.
Right.
But the amount of times that he gets his ass whooped and the amount of Zenkai boosts he would
True.
have less time struggling, which will make it a lot more entertaining to watch plot wise for this. So that's the first.
You're talking about the Zenkai boost.
Yes. And the second thing, did you ever play Kakarot?
No.
Okay. So Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, it's essentially just playing from beginning of Z to end of Z, but in an RPG way. And you go through Saiyan Saga, Frieza Saga, Cell to Buu. In the Frieza Saga, it's very almost 1-to-1. But for this specific shot where Krillin, like Vegeta asks Krillin to shoot him to almost kill him. In the show, it's like very dramatic and you see him fall. In the game, it's just dialogue. It happens and Vegeta just goes, off screen.
We don't even see him hit the ground. Okay.
You don't see him hit the ground. You just go, and just flies off screen.
I'll have to see that later. You said Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Is that a Game Boy Advance game?
No, not what is it? Goku's Adventure or whatever. I have it on Game Boy.
Okay.
It's the RPG one that came out on consoles.
Is this the one with the slice of life stuff?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, then I know which game you're talking about. I actually thought I was watching a Let's Play and I was really enjoying it. And then, we have other things to do. So I just stopped watching it. I watched all through Dragon Ball and finally got to the first part of Z where he's introducing everyone to Gohan. And I just stopped watching it.
The human body is composed of 75% water. I am 100% death. Half-time!
Do you even get that joke?
I get it. It's stupid.
Dumb, exactly.
It's very cheesy. It's Krillin, or not Krillin. It's Gohan trying to be very try-hardy and snapped, but it's not working.
It doesn't work from a I guess script or vocal standpoint, but I can understand why the character does it because he's never been like growing up. He's just been the polite Gohan, right? So he doesn't know what talking trash is, but when he snaps, that's the closest he gets to talking trash. Because if you remember the second Garlic Jr., and we'll get to that movie hopefully, Gohan just offs two people, and he's like, "I now have a taste for blood." It's like, whoa. But it's because he snapped. And that's the stuff that happens to Gohan, apparently.
And there's a reason why that part of the series is not canon. It is filler.
Krillin had a girlfriend. Gohan killed two people. Like, just a whole bunch of stuff.
Piccolo was a coke addict.
Apparently. Biting everybody. Chi-Chi was climbing on a roof trying to kill her son. That was the one. I think that's the one with the learn. Filler. Complete filler. but stupid in all the best and worst ways possible.
Yes.
And no, the invincible Lord Freezer defeated by a mere child. What dramatic irony! No, just kidding.
Fruit baskets.
Oh no. No.
It's the type of shit that you only pull off whenever you're playing video games
and then-
that you know you're absolutely good at.
Right. It's like, oh no, he's beating me. You thought.
Take this super.
It's the living there we go. It's the living embodiment of call the ambulance, but not for me.
It really is that.
That's what that is like. Oh no, call an ambulance, but not for me. You know what would have helped Gohan there?
If he fucking dodged.
Thank you. Dodge. And even through all of Dragon Ball Z movies, which, aren't really canon. Well, they're not canon, actually. But in every movie, Piccolo, or someone who resembles Piccolo, saves Gohan every single time he's in danger, at least once per film.
And it's
farming.
Yeah, not only that, but it's gotten to the point where even the creators of or TFS, they poke fun at it. For every movie that he gets saved, Gohan just screams, "Piccolo, help," and he saves him.
Right. Piccolo, help. Oh man, that worked. That worked.
Mr. Piccolo, you saved me again.
Saved is sort of subjective here.
So we're all well aware that all basically equated to a game of hot space potato, right? Well then, I say we get a move on.
Sure.
Who here's tired of my third form?
Me.
Me.
Alrighty then, final form it is.
Personally, I was a bigger fan of the first form.
I'd settle on second, really.
Yeah.
Because that was the only one that Piccolo was beating up, yes.
Yep.
Come on, Mr. Piccolo. Don't worry, we have Dende. He can heal you. Krillin, where's Dende?
Oh, the little green's over there with Vegeta.
Why?
I blew a hole in his chest.
Why?
Because he asked for it.
Well, by the way, I just noticed this when I stopped it. Why is Piccolo looking like that on the floor? Like he's sleeping on the bed sideways. Like he looking like Yamcha in the pit.
Oh, don't do him like that. He's not that
He
bad.
looking like he's reverse Yamcha in the pit right now.
He's like,
Also, Piccolo's that one character that at least once an arc, it looks like he's dead.
yeah,
at least
just
once an
about.
arc. Yeah, because he died obviously in the Saiyan saga.
Mhm.
Look, case in point right here, or when later, spoilers, when Frieza shoots him right in the tit, he's almost pretty much dead there. And then Cell literally blew a hole through him, and he lived past that, and he should have died.
Yeah.
And then the Boo arc, within the first 5 minutes,
Turn to
in
stone.
real time, turned to stone. Useless.
I blew a hole in his chest.
Why?
Because he asked for it.
You.
So one of my favorite jokes in the story is gonna start now.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Great
And it's only paid again in the Boo bits.
Oh,
thing.
yes.
Heal me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time hearing you over the smell of my people's blood on your hands.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Do not be that guy right now.
Oh, I'm going to be that guy right now.
Are Namekians guys?
I guess it just depends on how they feel. I don't know.
Holy shit, there's no, because they reproduce asexually and they don't make women. Oh my god. There's no female Namekians that we know of in a traditional sense.
Nope.
And since they're asexual, so the next time someone tells you, how come there's no female Namekians for Piccolo to get with? They're asexual.
He doesn't have to get with women.
Exactly. So there's no need to make female Namekians because these might be females according to their species. You don't know. See, we're getting too deep into the lore. too deep into it. Too deep in because then you get me going down the rabbit hole. And that's always fun, right? For me to go down the rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I am literally going to die.
Well, how about this? I'll heal you on one condition.
And that is.
Say my name.
Oh.
Oh.
You don't even know my name.
Oh, I do. It's
Before he answers, in life, let's say, obviously, when you know someone for longer than like a day, you'll eventually know them and remember their name. But this makes perfect sense. They've only been hanging out for what? Maybe 2 hours tops.
Just about.
Why would I want to know your name? When we meet new people, right? We could hang out the whole, like for instance, people I met in fucking Vegas, hung out with them for hours, never once got their names, and vice versa.
Also, not to mention, but I don't know if outside of this moment, I don't know if Vegeta and Dende ever interact in the series. Because whenever Vegeta has to join with the good guys, it's whenever. Oh, actually, no. I think I might take that back a little bit because whenever they regroup, they like team up at Guru's place, and Dende's there. But I don't know if they interact. I'm not 100% sure. But other than that, I think that's the only time those two characters ever interact because then they fly over to fight the Ginyus. Vegeta tries to get the Dragon Balls. Good guys come back, take out the Dragon Balls. Dende's still at Guru's, comes back, and then the last time that they interact, it was whenever they're wishing on the dragon.
Okay. Yes, that's the time I thought was the last time after that. But then we have this.
Yeah.
Little green.
No, it's Dende. Say Dende.
Dende.
Now say, please heal me, Dende.
Please heal me, Dende.
Well, since you asked so nicely.
Which, canonically, Dende does just straight leave him.
Mm-hmm.
Just straight leaves. But this line, I fucking love what he says here.
Come back, magic man.
And that's not paid off until the Boo bits, where one of the parts is like, the magic man I get. But why you bring this oath?
I love that.
I think that's the only other time Vegeta interacts with Dende.
Yeah, it is because he never interacts with him in Cell because Dende doesn't come to Earth until
Correct.
The Cell games are about to start, and even then he doesn't interact with him.
Correct. And Vegeta doesn't go back to the lookout after the Cell saga.
Yeah, because he just trains at home.
He flew off. No reason. Remember, everybody went to the tower to Akami's lookout to just be all like, heal Trunks, heal Android 18. But Vegeta's like, I will never fight again, and just floats off like a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
And then when Tien goes, don't worry, not Tien. Piccolo goes, don't worry, Vegito, we're gonna save your baby boy.
You, my friend, are a subject of nepotism.
Nepotism, folks, for those that don't know, is when you take care of yours, like family, before anybody else. And because of nepotism, like here, because remember, all Namekians are related.
Mm-hmm.
All of them. You may have to Google something for me.
Oh boy.
Who was the first Namekian?
I think they briefly say that in Super, but I'm Googling it now to figure out who was the first Namekian.
Thank you, Magic Man.
It's good to have you back, Nail.
I'm not Nail.
Technically, you kind of are.
Shut up, Nail.
Why are you talking to yourself?
No reason. Now go heal Vegeta.
Why would I do that?
Because that.
Oh yeah, that's happening right now.
So I just want to go back real quick. This whole interaction about Nail.
A subject of nepotism.
Thank you, Magic Man.
First off, haha, thank you, Magic Man. But Piccolo never calls him that ever again.
Yeah.
It's good to have you back, Nail.
I'm not Nail.
Technically, you kind of are.
Shut up, Nail.
Why are you talking to yourself?
That part. When he says out loud, shut up, Nail, because Dende still feels Nail's presence, so he calls Piccolo Nail. So when Piccolo goes, shut up, Nail, why are you talking to yourself, Nail? Not Piccolo talking to himself. He knows it's Nail talking to him. So he's like, shut up, Nail. Why are you talking to yourself?
I also love it
reason,
whenever characters have multiple names and certain characters call them by that certain name. Like in Dragon Ball Super Superhero, Korin always calls Piccolo Kami.
Kami.
Because he was originally Kami, and then eventually they merged. And in this series, Dende always calls Piccolo Nail, because like you said, he still senses his presence, and plus, not to be racist, he looks a lot like him. Sorry.
Look at all the Piccolos. Do you think that's a racist comment?
A little, but so that line, it comes from Goku, and the only Namekians that he's ever interacted with in the series is Piccolo and Kami, and the only one that he's been around with the most is Piccolo.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit. But because it's Goku, he's a lovable idiot, so it's not too terrible.
Well, I was going to go not even inner world. I was going to go creationist world, where maybe back in 1989, that wouldn't have been considered racist. Look at all the Piccolos. Like when it first came out.
Fair enough.
But hearing Sean Schimmel say that, it's like, you didn't think that Funimation didn't think that would be racist in 2000 and whatever year they dubbed this? Like, nani?
Go heal Vegeta.
Why would I do that?
Because that.
Oh yeah, that's happening right now.
Another line I use it in my real life, saying, "Oh yeah, that's happening right now."
So, as far as I'm looking in the
Now,
Dragon
why aren't
Ball
you using your
Wiki,
Kienza?
they're only saying that both Kami and King Piccolo were the first ones that we ever saw, but the other one, because of Daima that came out, and because he's the oldest, they're saying that Neva was the first. That's as far as I can gather from the wiki, and plus I'm just trying to like skim it. So as far as we know, Neva is the first Namekian. I'll do more research off screen later.
Okay.
So
I believe it. That's fine. But I like where you're going with that.
Dom?
Yeah, you know, I keep forgetting to do that.
And?
Well, I kind of used all my energy to mortally wound Vegeta.
Seriously, what did I miss?
Seriously, what did I miss? But Gohan brought up probably one of the most salient points in all of Dragon Ball. Krillin, why didn't you use your solar flare and then use your Kienzan?
because he's an idiot.
Okay, that brings up another question. That might canonically that wouldn't work. Because think about it. Has the Kienzan ever worked on anybody?
It worked on Frieza in his second form.
His tail.
Which means if he's able to cut off his tail, he was able to cut him in half.
How do you know that? How do you know the tail just isn't the weakest part of Frieza's body, but everything else, like that's his Achilles heel is his tail, like you're saying. You
Because
get what I'm saying?
yeah, I get what you're saying. But I'm of the mind that if one part of your body is super strong, it can take a hit, the rest of your body can't. It's just a matter of finding that one small weak point that's not
Achilles.
like Achilles. Yes.
So,
Frieza doesn't seem to have that kind of weakness other than just he doesn't know how to control his anger whenever he's being pushed up against a wall. That's my
Pride.
only theory. But for me, if Krillin actually aimed higher and went for either the neck or the waist, he would have killed him with the Kienzan.
not right now, because like you said, he may have sliced off Frieza form 2, but he's in Frieza form 3.
Yeah. For that, I don't think it would ever work. I think
Right.
it might maybe stun him a bit, but I don't think it'll actually hurt him.
So then Gohan's request is irrelevant.
But at the same time, because of how like inconsistent Krillin uses his technique, I think it was more of just like, hey, you have a very powerful move and we've seen it hurt him. Let's see if it does it again. We don't know for sure.
I also have a theory just as good. Because power levels are bullshit.
That's not a theory, that's a fact.
Twist my arm a little bit more, why don't you?
You healed me.
Of course I did. I'm a nice guy.
And now what's to stop me from kicking your face in?
Because you touch me, and you're not getting back up again. That's right. I'm your white mage.
Ooh.
And nobody with the white mage.
Except
Guess
for
they fucked with the
Frieza.
white mage.
Oh, I feel real good about my life right now.
Little Green! No!
Actually, Krillin, his name was Dende.
Oh, that's funny. Never spoke up about it.
I hate that
At
joke.
what point does Krillin become a better person?
Towards the beginning of the Cell Saga.
Okay.
Yeah, I hate that joke because, like, I get it. It's supposed to be like, oh, he's so stupid that he doesn't hear Dende tell him, my name is Dende. But you're smart enough to understand certain concepts, Krillin. You're a human being.
My name
And
is Dende.
you can't
Simple.
understand him, an alien who's speaking English and is telling you clear and concisely, my name is Dende. And you can't pick that up?
Our boy Krillin. Our boy Krillin. I'm actually gonna call it because it's gonna be 11 o'clock and I gotta get up super early, so I gotta drug myself to fall asleep faster. As you well know, so like you know this, like you have been with me and I've told you I need to take these, and it's allergy medication, everybody. It's not like I gotta take drugs, hardcore drugs to fall asleep. So don't tell my job. It's just sometimes I just need a little help, like someone needs NyQuil to fall asleep because I have an ADHD brain and it doesn't shut off. So I'm not drinking as much booze because I told you when I got back from Vegas, that was it. Like it's like 99% done at that point. So we are back. 7 pounds I gained in Vegas, I've already lost 4 of those pounds already. So
hey, let's go.
Yeah. It was just Vegas is not for you if you're not a party person, kids. All right, let me just say that out there right now. But anyway, housekeeping. Damon G Show across the board covers Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Want to contact me? That's where you find me. You find the show on YouTube or on twitch.tv/Damon G Show. Again, reminder. I don't know when me and Hokage are going to be back on because life. But we're going to aim for next Monday, which is traditionally a time that we stream. So we'll aim for next Monday. And if not, I guess we'll make a post. I'll make a post on the community page, and then y'all know when I'm gonna pop back on here. But we'll try Monday. We got some time tomorrow. We might throw one on just for shiggles. But anything you want to say to the audience, sir?
Other than just, I'm glad that we're doing this again, even though we took a bit of a long hiatus.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it was only a week because I was in Vegas. So
Yeah.
that was the first Monday we've missed in a while.
Yeah. And like we said, our lives, they're not exactly complicated, but we just got a lot of our own shit that we're dealing with.
Exactly.
But like I said in previous streams, I only ever had my own personal Instagram, but now I have a Hokage Instagram now. So if you want to reach me and give me tips or give me suggestions for what else we could talk about or watch on the Retro Cartoon Rewatch, or just talk about in general, you can follow me on Instagram at Hokage_22_. I tried to just get it Hokage22, but fuck you, Instagram.
You couldn't get Hokage-22? Why _22_?
I tried dash. I tried literally anything that could be like, what is the most streamlined way that I can make this? It's the least streamlined ever. But again, follow me at Hokage_22_ on Instagram to send me advice and conversation pieces that you want us to talk about.
Yep. Find me at Damon G Show across the board one last time. Also, go on over to Big Gold Belt over on YouTube, biggoldbelt.com. Two reasons. Number one of my latest reviews is up there now for the channel. It was an indie family-oriented film that I did not expect to like in the first third. But you got to go over the Big Gold Belt to hear the rest, and I was pleasantly surprised by that film. And number two, my editor-in-chief has his review of Thunderbolts, which apparently I'm not cool enough to go to just yet, but my boss is, my editor-in-chief is, and he saw an advanced screening of Thunderbolts for critics. And apparently here in DFW, there was, I told you, there was like a fan event that people randomly got tickets to for Thunderbolts, but I wasn't cool enough to get the media tickets. So, yeah. So going over to Big Gold Belt, y'all go and look up the Boss Man's review of Thunderbolts. Someone already spoiled it for me. No, it wasn't the Boss Man, so I don't got to get mad at him. But somebody on the internet who went to one of the early screenings told me about what happens in Thunderbolts, asterisk. So biggoldbelt.com. Hopefully Thunderbolts won't be spoiled for you as it was for me. But we'll catch you next time on the rewatch. Be safe and be well.